What's going on, y'all? It's your boy LC on the check-in. Just wanted to check in right quick and thank everybody first and foremost, all my supporters. I wouldn't even say my supporters, just real riders for Justice for Nipsey, for tuning in within the past few weeks and running up my views and engaging with the content. I've been receiving predominantly positive feedback, aside from a few haters and jealous people and people on their burner accounts playing funny games. But you know how that go. That ain't nothing to a giant. But I wanted to grab y'all attention real quick because it's been plenty of things that's been brought to my attention in the past few days. Predominantly someone that I used to be close with and worked under the guise under Justice for Nip with. I collaborated with him frequently, and for whatever reason, come to find out, there's really no reason at all. This individual cut me off at a very funny time and method or way of cutting me off. This individual didn't have the nerve to even pick up the phone, or he didn't have the decency, rather, to pick up the phone and call me and air out any sort of grievances or issues he has with me in particular. But instead, he went to the public and announced it that way, and it was brought to my attention. Along with that, I've been receiving several calls, text messages, and other people trying to contact me through other means to explain this elaborate scheme that has been going on for some time now regarding this individual. Come to find out that we've been lied to. I certainly have been, as I had the slightest clue as to what was going on. As a matter of fact, I did have a clue as to some of the financial scams that were going on. Therefore, I fell back altogether, especially around that time frame at the height of this pyramid scheme or scam or whatever you want to call it. Individuals have put money in good faith, invested it into a certain fund with promises of a return in which they haven't received not even a penny. Now, there's a specific individual in particular that put up well over $6,000-7,000 in total. I'm talking about in terms of contributions and money towards that specific fund that was supposed to yield profits and returns, to which he received nothing. At this point, it's become very evident and clear that the person that I once was working aside with for the greater good did not have the intentions that I once believed he had. There's just an overwhelming amount of evidence and receipts that people have been sending me these past few days. And to be honest with you, I'm at a loss for words right now. If anything, I'm really heartbroken by what has been brought to my attention, because I'm just gonna say that this is not just speculation or conjecture. These are real, serious, felonious actions and scandalous intentions that this person had, and he ultimately achieved his goal of defrauding countless individuals under the guise of Justice for Nipsey. Everything that this individual shames everybody else and ridicules everybody else for, he in fact is that himself, if you understand what I'm saying. So everything that he criticizes everybody else about, he, in fact, is just speaking to himself as if he's looking in a mirror. With that being said, I'm not interjecting myself in any of these situations. I never trusted any of those scams. Therefore, even if you go back and look in time, I fell back at certain junctures, especially at the height of those schemes and those scams, knowing damn well that that's probably what it was. Nor would I ever invest $1 into an individual promising returns that has absolutely no experience in the space that he proclaims that he is some sort of expert or has some sort of heightened knowledge in order to make individuals money. My heart goes out to all of you victims that have gotten duped by this individual. This individual has pushed away every last supporter of his. So you're going to see very erratic behaviors over the next few days. Just know that me personally, I'm better than I've ever been. And I believe in perfect timing, just like Nipsey said. As a matter of fact, I believe in divine timing. And I couldn't be more grateful that this individual so-called cut me off or parted ways unilaterally without ever picking up the phone and calling me, because there's nothing to speak about at this point. I will never look back. I will never, ever associate myself with this person again, because he has a lot bigger of a problem on his hands now, and it's looking like this is going to become a much bigger issue for him in his personal life, transitioning from the internet to his real life. I'm not saying that in any sort of physical or harmful way. I'm saying in terms of the law. So I'm staying far and clear of this person. Just know that my campaign will never stop, because I'm in this for justice for Nipsey since day one, and to enlighten the people with knowledge. That's what I've been in it for, off rip, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Nobody can stop that mission. No one can get in my ear, and no amount of money can make me act otherwise or do otherwise. So with all that being said, family, just know that when it comes to lawyer cause and my campaign, we flawless on this end, and we moving righteously. And we certainly are not going to pay any mind or any attention to this individual whatsoever. However, I do encourage anybody that's been duped or scammed by this individual to come forward and gather together, because there's a handful of people that have been scammed already, that have already congregated and are looking into certain options of different actions they could take in order to remedy the issue, in order to get their money back primarily. But with all that being said, fam, the marathon continues. Don't pay no mind to that scam-thon, because come to find out, we've been lied to, all of us, including myself. But that's okay. A loss is never a loss. It's a lesson. Appreciate the pain. It's a blessing. With all that said, everybody have a great week. Much love, y'all. One. Hey, fam, I just have to clear up one thing as well. When I say that I had knowledge about these scams or these schemes occurring when they did occur, or at the height of it, I mean in terms of I had knowledge intuitively, knowing that I can't trust this individual by any means. Therefore, I never put up a dollar when it comes to any of that. I contributed countless amount of dollars, especially within the past few months, to keep the campaign going, because this individual just happens to cry on the internet every day, talking about how, he threw everything away for Nipsey. He set aside a six-figure job for Nipsey, and blaming everybody else but himself, taking no accountability whatsoever. Nobody told you to put away your job or to stop working or to do anything that you did. You have a choice in your life. You are a grown man pushing 40 years old. And these are the kind of games you want to play. Talk about pimping Nipsey's death. It's funny that this individual likes to dox and get at other content creators for accusing them of doing that, when he in fact is the one that has been pimping Nipsey's name the most, come to find out. So in terms of the baseline question is always whether an individual is here to build or destroy, and there's proof beyond a reasonable doubt, if we're going to speak in legal terms, that this individual clearly has been the biggest pimper of Nipsey's name and has had the wrong intentions this entire time when it comes to this campaign. And the proof speak for itself. I'm not going to be putting anything out there. Like I said, I'm not interjecting in this. I'm staying far and clear, and I'm staying in my lane. However, I want to make it clear to everybody that I had absolutely nothing to do with it. Not that y'all would ever suspect that I did, but I just wanted to clarify that, because I realized in my initial video that the way I phrased it, it could be perceived as something else. So, just the legal background that I have, I got to make sure that I clarify what I say. Now, with all that being said, just be extremely cautious and diligent with the way you move about this internet. And just know that the vast majority of these content creators are liars, they're frauds, they're scams, all the above. Now, there's a handful of ones that aren't. And those are the ones that I gravitate towards, and those are the ones that I press a hard line with, especially in defending. Shout out to AKT, especially. But for the rest of y'all, especially the little boy that I'm talking about here, who scammed well over $10,000 from individuals and has yet to pay a single penny back to them, and is still on this agitated type of time, on this angry, malicious type of energy, essentially begging and giving people ultimatums to donate money. This individual is just not stopping anytime soon. It's very clear that he is trying to maximize before he executes his exit plan. Not to mention that this individual has been sitting on certain information from very credible sources that he not only is going against in public, but he has been hiding from the public. He's been sitting on this information for a long time, extending this campaign much longer than it needs to be. So what LC is going to do is LC is going to put that information out there so that y'all don't get duped any further by this person, and that the investigation, is near complete with everything that is in the archives as of now. Just know, though, be very safe and cautious with the way you move about, and trust these individuals on YouTube, because come to find out, these people are straight up liars and frauds, all the above. And I'm not just talking about on the scamming tip financially, I'm talking about with their entire story, with their entire background, with little details that they give, and just these false narratives. We're not even talking about exaggerations. We're talking about complete fabrications, all for the purpose of soliciting donations and receiving money under false pretenses, or using fraudulent means to obtain this money. With all that being said, family, be safe. I love y'all, and just know I'm coming hard with the content. So stay tuned. One love.